What's up, Desktopers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding. I'm pleased to be joined by Nathan De Asha, who's been around a lot of controversy lately, especially around the UK lockdowns. Mate, what is going on? We saw that video come out of you, like pretty much of your Instagram. I saw it on Nick Strength and Power, and it's being shared around the bodybuilding community of you basically being assaulted by police officers. So tell us what's happened, what's been going on over there, and what actually led to this that happened, I suppose, last night or the night before.
Yep, mate, appreciate for having me on and everyone sharing the video. I hope everyone can carry on sharing it because the police brutality right now is disgusting. You know, as you guys can see for yourself, it is right there. And Instagram are just taking it down, saying, you know, the class is bullying and stuff. I don't see how we're bullying when it's me who's getting assaulted. So it all started several weeks ago regarding the English this is our fourth lockdown now. Yeah. Our fourth lockdown and our third national lockdown. So what's going on, mate? The first one was a tier 3, and we fought against it to keep the gyms open and you know, because we are part of the solution, not the problem. And that came around well. I had a few priests at the gym, and they explained, you know, they basically, and they can see where we're coming from. Then we had another national lockdown that was in November, and then this one in December. Now, my argument was this: if we're part of the solution, not the problem, then why should gyms close? The same, it's because of our health. Now, if people who are dying of COVID-19 underlying health issues are those with obesity, you know, and how do you stop obesity? By exercise. But to me, mate, the whole lockdown means a lot more than just than obesity. You know, I've had several friends commit suicide, and I know a couple more who have as well. So to me, mate, this hits home a lot more. If these people have a facility to train, they'd be here today, mate. They'd be alive with the kids, and they'd have a nice life. So unfortunately, they're not. God rest their souls. So I've kept my gym open on these purposes. The police have came around last week with the environmental health. The health passed the gym off and said it was all safe. They tried to close me down regarding my mezzanine and stuff, but obviously it was all okay. Then they bought the fire police people yesterday. Lucky enough for us, we have several people who work for the fire brigade in our gym. They've signed everything off, and they've said, Nathan, you know, the only way the police can force entry into the gym is with the fire marshal. No judge in the land wants to give a warrant to raid the business. They just don't want to because they don't want to be held accountable. But a fire marshal can go in there because it's health and safety. The fire marshal came in, he passed everything, mate. And I said to the police officer, I said, mate, look, what are you doing? The gym's closed, you can see it's closed. So what's going on? And I said, look, mate, I said, this now, I said, listen, mate, the country is on its ass. It's in uproar. I said, the slightest thing that happens right now, the whole country's it's gonna go bizarre. You know, work with the community, and we have that on camera, but the police have took our phones. I said, you know, work with the community. Don't just, you know, obviously we know you're doing a job, but be reasonable, understand where we're coming from. Yeah. So people came to the gym anyway when I'd left, trained, and then the girls and the lads, as you can see, they don't want to come to the gym, mate, because a lot of the members, we're in a poor area where we are, right? And a lot of the members can't afford £200 fines. They just can't, mate. So a lot of the members stay in the vicinity until the police go, and then they go home, you know, and that's their escape. A lot of them are furloughed, they don't have nothing to do, and a lot of them have mental health problems. So they've all stayed in. The police have then come along and said, we've had a phone call that Nathan De Asha is kidnapping a young lady, keeping it inside the gym without a will. And I was like, well, if someone's in there, they're free to go, you know, and they're saying, well, we said, look, we have the whole of Merseyside police, as you can see in a minute, you know, ready to pounce on the gym because it's a kidnapping charge now. And you'll get up to 10 years in jail. You know, you've had previous convictions, Nathan. So you know, you're looking at 10 years. And I said, okay, mate. I said, okay, sounds. Listen, I'll get arrested because I know I'm not kidnapping no one. That person then must, you know, go to court and do whatnot. So we're talking outside. The police officers then come and they said to us, look, Nathan, there's 6 of them now. Let everyone out the gym. You won't get a kidnapping charge or an abduction charge. And all we'll do is fine everybody. I said, okay, let me speak to everyone in the gym. So, you know, we spoke to everyone in the gym. Said, listen, we'll get a fine and the gym will basically help you pay for the fine for those who can't have it. you know, mate, we're more than a gym. We're a community. We're a family. I said, look, if I can help anyone pay for the fines, I will, at my own back pocket. You know, and everyone's like, look, Nathan, we don't want that. You know, we've all come here at our own risk. We know what it takes. I said, I really appreciate that. So everyone's come walking out. Now, remember, mate, Dave said prior that someone's kidnapped. Now, if someone's kidnapped, your first call of duty, get everyone out. Are you okay? Are you safe? Do you feel comfortable? Yeah. As you can see in the video before, people come out. The second they come out, they're getting pepper sprayed, they're getting battened. So that's no call to say that somebody has been kidnapped. You know what I mean? It's an absolutely abuse of power, mate. And then they're saying to me now, look, Nathan, get on the floor, get on the floor. I said, get on the floor for why? I'm in handcuffs. All I'm asking you to do is lock my car. Because my car's, you know, I'm in an industrial state. I don't want my car to be stolen. Take my key out. As you can see, I'm in flip-flops. And I have Tom pulling me left, Joe pulling me right. So obviously I'm not walking as fast as I can walk. You know, and I've got 2 sets of handcuffs on me. And then as you can see in the video, the gentleman's lining up to knee me. And, you know, he goes for the knee, mate. And I didn't even put that much restraint, you know, a fight up. I just moved my shoulders. As you can see, I hit one of my back on my shoulder. He falls over. And I'm just trying to hustle back. That's all I'm doing. And then, you know, you can see them kicking me in the back, in the head, stand on my ankles. And then one of the officers come over and point to the cameras. And you can see them, mate, you know, when they point to the cameras, they all stop and they all disperse.
Yeah.
You know, then we got arrested. They then got a Section 18 order, which allows them to enter the premises because we're in custody for drugs or whatnot. They've came into the gym. And then they've basically helped themselves to whatever they wanted. The computers, the till. You know, we have a lot of stock missing. I don't know if it's the police or members who are robbing from me. I don't know. The cameras will show that. And then, mate, they took the Wi-Fi box, hoping it would be the CCTV surveillance, when they wasn't. They didn't have a warrant to take the CCTV. Obviously, you know what they've done's wrong. They would have probably just binned it and said, "Oh, we can't find it." So after all that, mate, they've left the camera. We've come back the next day, got the camera evidence, and the camera guys uploaded it all for us. And as you can see now, mate, it's gone worldwide. It's more, like I said, it's more than Corona, mate. This is an abuse of power. It's a power trip by the UK government. All people are trying to do, you know, is keep healthy. People are saying, you know, we're in coronavirus pandemic. In the UK, our government states that the pandemic ended last year. It's no longer a pandemic. The government's having issues with any money whatsoever. My outgoings, mate, and I'll be honest right now, are roughly around £16,000 English a month. Without my gym running, I don't earn a penny. You know, who's going to pay for my kids' tutoring? My kids aren't in school. Who's paying my mortgage? Who's paying my staff? Who's paying my gym bills? This is all, you know, I took all this into consideration. And, you know, mate, they shut me down. Now they've given me an order saying, basically in court tomorrow, saying to me, we're going to close you for 3 months. But I'm opening again on Thursday, you know, and that's it, mate. I'm stubborn. It's my business. I put my hard work into that. No man or no woman is going to tell me when I can and can't trade and feed my kids. And then, you know, they're hitting these orders with a zone gym down in London, a guy in Rip Gym. Now, these orders, mate, it says anyone can be arrested with these orders. But all they do, mate, they're hitting everyone with these orders, right? And people are scared. Now, you know, you can fight, you can stand up against the whole pandemic, coronavirus stuff and that. But when these orders come out, people crumble. So, you know, I need to stand up against this order, fight. I'm sure people listen, you know, you can arrest me as many times as you want because end of the day, I know what I'm doing is right for the people, my community, and my members. You know, what they can do, arrest me, give me a criminal record. It might alter my bodybuilding career. You know, truth be told, mate, I'm not too phased regarding that. You know, there's much more to life than bodybuilding for me, because if I, you know, really choice of winning the Mr Olympia and saving one life, then I choose saving one life. And the amount of people that we've had on the Instagram, mate, saying, Nathan, you know, you've saved us, you've helped us, because people come, mate, from London, Birmingham, Leeds, and said, you know, Nathan, without the gym, I'd kill myself. You know, to hear that from someone, a grown man, who's 21 stone, 22 stone, mate, it's sad. It's really sad. And for you to know that you can help them person, mate, that's enough for me. That's enough.
Yep. So I suppose like you've changed, I suppose, your perspective over the last few years from being, you seem like you were like all out bodybuilding. That was like the main goal in terms of life, you know, and now it seems like you've almost maybe had like some sort of realization where you think, okay, there's more to life and you want to stand for something. Is that part of the reason why you
Yeah, mate.
continue to open?
Yeah, mate. I love bodybuilding. You know, I love it with all my heart. I missed the Olympia 2 years ago. After missing the Olympia, it shook me. I'm like, it's the Olympia. And what, like? I was devastated. I was heartbroken. I was upset. Life goes on. Life just goes on, and I've got two beautiful kids, family, you know, friends who rely on me, and you know that to me, mate, I can't ask for much more than that. I've got everything I need in life, and bodybuilding right now would be awesome to still compete, and I'd have it. But like I said, mate, it's either a choice of helping somebody or competing. I choose helping someone. You know, I've done a lot of badness in my life prior, and you know, to make up for if I can do something to make up for that, and you know, make up to the big man himself, then so be it.
For sure. So I suppose like you have a certain responsibility, obviously to your family. Obviously, you got to, you know, almost like a social responsibility now. How do you weigh that up? Do you get worried at all that something could come from this and you do have to go away or something like that? Or
I was asked, mate, I was asked this question a few months back. Am I prepared to go to jail from a gym? And I laughed and I said, it will never come to that. It will never come to that. You know, it's coronavirus. It'll come to that. Sitting in the cell yesterday for 21 hours, I realized, mate, I'm prepared to go to jail for this, what I believe in. You know, I've always been a man of my word. I've always stuck by everything I believe in. From, you know, it's put me in jail in the past. I've stuck by for what I believe in. And yeah, I'm willing to go to jail for believing that this is wrong. This is tyranny. It's disgusting. You know, every man and woman has the right to earn money, the right to be independent. You know, the right to feed the children and put a roof over the head. That's a God-given right. No man or woman can take that away from you. And you know, for someone to try to take that away from me and try and take someone's happy place, which is my gym, I want to accept that, mate. I want to accept that. That's appalling. I'll go down kicking and fighting, as you can see on the video. I will not accept that for no one, you know.
yeah. Now I saw as well someone caught up in. I assume it was from last night or the night before when this all went down. Someone looked like they broke their leg or something like that. So was that like a member of your gym, and how did that actually happen?
So, you know, the police told everyone, listen, come outside. Um, we won't we won't we won't pepper spray no one, we won't assault nobody, we just give everyone fines. Like I said before, people can't afford the fines, you know, right now because you know they're on furlough, which is 60% of your salary. So if you're on £1,000 and someone's giving you 60% of your salary, you're on £600, and then the government fines are £200, you can't live off 40%, you know. So a lot of people were scared. They ran away. The young gentleman in the video snapped his leg and his whole leg. You can see the bone in three places. He's looking to save his leg. Touch wood. His leg was literally hanging off.
So how did his
He's
leg snap?
just run away from the police.
Oh wow.
That's it, mate. And then as he's running away, as he's hurt his leg, they've chased him, told him to stop. He's then slammed on, and the bones come through the tracksuit.
Oh,
And then when they've seen him on the floor, they've just left him because they know he was, you know, couldn't go nowhere. And then my friend picked him up, put him in his car, and basically had hold of his leg, and he said his leg was just wobbly, you know. And the young guy has no feeling in his toes, but we said, you know, the gym will do anything we can for his family, his friends, you know. And we asked him yesterday, you know, bro, we know you can't work between 3 to 6 months. Let us know what we can do to support you, and we do everything we can, you know. He had a laugh and joke about it. I said it's okay, but I just think it's wrong, you know. This guy could have lost his leg, or still could do, just because he's going to keep fit. Whereas, you know, it's that to me, that's to everyone else probably watching this, it's disgusting, you know.
yeah. And obviously with everything that's going on, I mean, like, did you get any injuries out of this, or are you okay?
I've got probably a fractured finger, a few lumps, bumps, cuts on my head, bruised my back, my shoulder is in agony, but I'll survive, mate. So I'll fight another day. You know, I've been hit a hell of a lot harder by kids. You know, same as I told the police guy in an interview. You know, I own the gym You know, we do self-defense classes. I'm sure officers, you know, could come down and pop around and have a few classes themselves. You know, they hit like fucking bitches. No disrespect to women or nothing, you know, but you know, I've been at worse, mate. I've been in worse situations in my life. I just think it was uncalled for. If my hands are free, then so be it. You know, kick shit out of me. But when my hands are behind my back, I've got 2 sets of handcuffs on. I'm in flip flops. I can't move. You got a taser gun on me, 2 taser guns on me. You got, you know, pepper. You've used 2 cans of pepper spray in my face already. I can barely see and getting pulled left to right. You know, it's to me, mate. It's a bit excessive on what they've done. You know, I'm actually. I'm in. You can see I'm not putting up a fight. I'm walking. I can't see where I'm going anyway, with it being sprayed. So yeah, you know, I only just realised when someone pointed out that the guy, you know, he was teeing up to knee me for a couple of seconds. I didn't even see that myself until this morning, and I just thought, just cowardly, mate. It's absolutely cowardly, and you know, I would like to put a lawsuit in against them, but over here in the UK, police complaints, they don't go nowhere, unfortunately. But we'll try and make an issue out of it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, everyone will ask, I suppose, the context of your exact arrest and how they got you into the handcuffs and all that sort of stuff. So how did that exactly go down? Was it like a fight and then that's why they're so enraged?
No,
Or
mate, so what's happened? So one of the young gentlemen in the gym was getting battened, was next to my partner. She was getting battened as well.
Why was that?
Because she was defending one of the young girls who was trying to escape. You know, mate, like I said, we're a family-run business, mate, and we'll defend anyone who comes to our gym. So the lad, a young guy, I don't know who it was, he thanked me on the post. You know, he had 3 men batting him. So I've gone over and said, fucking stop it. You know what I mean? Fucking stop. So as I've said, stop it, push one of them. You don't take 3 men to hit one person on the floor when there's 7 to police officers around you. They can just grab him. So then they said, Nathan, calm down, walk over here. So I said, listen, get off here and get off him, and I'll walk over with you then. So they said, okay, leave. And then next minute, they've let the lad go. He's run away. Arrested my partner. And then literally, I've walked over. I said, look, close my car, lock my car door. That's where I got done for dangerous driving. Because my engine was left on in a private, private land car park, which is legal. My engine was left on, so that's where the dangerous driving aspect come into it. And then I put myself in handcuffs, mate. You know, and we'll release it again later on. And I said, look, arrest me then. The guy shooting me with a taser. I said, listen, mate, and I won't lie, mate. I said, listen, because the police bring their CCTV out one day. I said, listen, I said, look, mate, if you're gonna fucking shoot me with a taser, shoot me. Don't be a fucking pussy. If you're gonna shoot me with it. Don't be a bitch. You know what I mean? And he's saying it's 10,000 volts. I said, don't give a fuck what it is. If you're gonna shoot me, or lock me door and then put me in handcuffs. Just lock me car door. And then they've locked the door and put me in handcuffs. And then I said to the gentleman, I said, mate, you're a fucking idiot, proper idiot. But that's all you have to do is lock the door. And then next minute, they've locked my door, put my hands behind my back. I've moved forward, sprayed me. Second I move forward, they've sprayed me. And then, as you can see, I'm stumbling. When I'm on the floor, they're spraying me, and all I can hear is, I'm out. And then I feel a fresh can coming in, spraying me in the face.
Wow. That's crazy, man. That is pretty crazy. So do you think part of the reason why they're, I suppose, spraying you and doing all this sort of stuff and having so many people there is because you are like a massive dude?
Yeah. Hello, mate. You know, they weren't that small themselves, but to me, it was disgusting because my kids had to see it, you know. My kids
really?
in the car seeing it. So to me, it's disgusting. You know, that's the worst thing my kids get themselves about it. But even so, mate, I didn't, you know, because I'm a big guy, I understand that. But when someone complies, you comply. You know, you should, no matter how big you are, you can't do nothing when your hands are behind your back. Now, you know, I'm not big. It's not like I'm fucking flexible. I can move my hands. My hands are stuck behind my back. You know, so I could have stumbled somewhere in a pair of flip flops. That's the most I could have done. There's no need. You can see them holding me and then spraying me. There's just, to me, that's just it's excessive. You know, it's just way out of order.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so where does that situate you now? You said you've got to go to court and stuff like that, do you? Or
Yeah, so they've so as of now they've bailed me on 45 counts of kidnapping, 2 counts of assault and police, 1 count of dangerous driving. So I'm in court for that March 5th or 10th. I have to go to court on Wednesday in regards to they want to put a closure on the building for 3 months, which obviously they must know that coronavirus is going to end in 3 months, I guess. But they can put a closure on it, mate. But like I said, I'm opening again on Thursday and get my door fixed today. I took my door off. My door's getting fixed today. I bolted up a few steel bars across it, and then on Thursday morning, mate, I'm open 5 till 10. And that's just the way it has to be, you know. I can't close. You know, I've done this. I've been on this fight, you know, for many months. People jumped on the bandwagon for social media, clout, and for a bit of fame. You know, I don't want no press off it, no fame off it. I'm just doing what I believe is right. And doing what's right, mate, means I have to open again on Thursday, and you know, my members are going to back me. The guys and girls, you know, around the city are going to back me, and that's the main thing. It'll take one person or 2 people to stand up, and then the whole country will stand up. I hope, you know, and believe, because even yesterday, a young gentleman was opened this kebab shop. The police took him outside, and I posted on my story yesterday, and they assaulted him. The police he walked outside. The young guy just physically punched him in the face for no reason. You know, for open. You know, this guy, he stated, "I've been closed. I'm gonna lose my business. I'm opening." You know, and they don't see that. You know, and it's getting worse and worse. I think the UK right now, the police are losing absolute all respect. Everyone's losing respect for them, and seeing videos like this go viral. And the guy on Saturday when he got assaulted to go viral. It's preposterous, mate. So outrageous.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And this is definitely starting to go viral. I don't know to what level, because obviously I'm in the bodybuilding community. So on my Instagram, it's just, you know, coming up all the time.
Yeah, well, we have a few. I have a few. I don't want to do it, so I think some of the girls and guys are going to do it. You know, talk to the media. I'm not into that, mate. You know, it's not my thing. You know, we've had people reach out to us. We had the local paper here. Basically, they were slandering us, saying we were wrong. You know, what we've done was terrible, selfish, and this and that. And then they seen the video, and all of a sudden now they want to change their mind. You know, they don't. They publish what they think people want to hear. And unfortunately, mate, the people of Liverpool are backing me. So they kind of basically bit the nose, spite the face. So it's sad times, you know. And without like yourself, mate, you should you know yourself. You're a reporter. You don't post nothing unless you know 2 sides to every story. And all they've done is just basically posted what the police have shown, and the police show, you know, 45 fines and this and that. Well, unfortunately, there's only 21 fines because I think 130 people got away. So, you know, they didn't catch everyone.
Yeah, well, that's good at least. At least they're not, you know, having to donate too much of their money. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing. But one thing that sort of surprised me, I guess, like while you're going through all of this, you're still able to like get in the gym and train, and you're still like getting results. And like Sean Roden, through what he's going through, you know, obviously he's got a massive case that is sort of, you know, up in the air or whatever, and he's able to train and make improvements. I mean, I myself, I know if I'm going through a stressful stage, that's something that I really struggle with. So for you, is it almost like an outlet? Like you get in the gym and that's sort of like your time away from all this drama?
Yeah, I don't know, mate. I have absolutely amazing staff. We take a lot of the pressure. To be honest, mate, it's not myself, it's my staff. They take a lot of the pressure, you know. And if they get worried, then they phone me and I come down. But most of the time, I'm in the gym. I'm talking to members and non-members who have travelled far and wide. And a lot of them, mate, just come there, you know, for an outlet, just to speak, you know. And we have people who are from, like, you know, Leeds, Birmingham, London, buying a year membership. And like, look, Nathan, even if it only lasts for another 4 or 5 days, this to me is being massive. And you know, mate, that's someone that's good. That means a lot. You know what I mean? And people just come and they'll spend, you know, take them an hour to get there. They'll spend 4 or 5 hours there and just sit there and talk to people and say how they feel in life. You know, it's even though it's a gym, mate, it's more like a community. And that's massive, mate. You can't get that on any AA meeting. You can't get that anywhere. And people think that, people in the gym are big, scary folks. And a lot of the time, mate, they're the ones with most of the problems. Because to be someone who's addicted to the gym game, like ourselves, mates, you isolate yourself from the world. It's food, train, food, train. You neglect your missus, your family sometimes. And these people are the ones who are struggling a lot. And that's their outlet. And they're just happy to get in there and talk to other people. You take that away from someone, mate. You never know what's going to happen. The suicide rate in the UK has gone exponentially through the roof. And it's young men and women massively. And, coronavirus is a killer. We're not saying it's not, but suicide is also a killer. And the amount of suicides we've had than actual coronavirus deaths is unbelievable.
Yeah, in young people especially, and that's sort of like the thing you got to weigh up. How many people are dying from coronavirus and how many people are dying from suicide, and what's the age demographic? You know what I mean? So, not saying that people have their opinions about coronavirus and how serious it is. You got to take the suicide part of it just as serious. And we saw obviously in our own industry as well with Luke Sando, terribly sad. A dad of 2 and taking his own life at only 31 years old or somewhere around there. That's just heartbreaking, man. So
it's sad, mate. Do you know what I mean? And people don't realize that. And there's a lot more to people than what you can see on the outside, And I just think it's what everyone's going through now all around the world, not just England, mate, all around the world. We need, there's people say, oh, it's the new norm. Well, it's not the new norm. We shouldn't allow it to be the new norm. We should allow normal to be normal. Treat those as you want to be treated yourself. That's it. That's all we ask for. You know what I mean? And, to basically earn a living, to do what you want to do. But when this is taken away from us, it's crazy.
Yeah. Now you said you're, willing to go to prison for this if that's what it came to. Now, for you, obviously you're a big dude and you've been in prison before, correct?
Yeah.
So if you're, faced with going to jail, is that scary for someone like you, or is that just like you're not that affected by it because you've done it before? Like, how does that sort of sit with you, I guess?
I'm not too phased, mate. It doesn't really bother me. It might bother me a little bit more now. I've got 2 kids, and kids will be with the dad. But at the end of the day, they can look back and realize that the dad done something when everyone else was sitting on their ass. Their dad stood up and fought for what he believed is right. And I haven't gone to jail for hating no one. I've gone to jail for fighting what I believe is right, fighting for people's freedom, fighting for my kids and their future. So, no, mate, it doesn't faze me. It's just it'll be another chapter in my life that I can write about and tell others about, and that's it to me. If they want to make a mockery of it and put me in jail, then so be it, because in the day they can't lock me down there forever, and I'll be out again soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And man, I've heard so many stories, like even in the bodybuilding community alone, of like things that you could probably make a movie on one day. And this is like one of them, you know what I mean? So it's pretty crazy what sort of like 2020's done with like, obviously the bodybuilding industry and, with the
crazy, bro, right?
like the Olympia happening and Jake Wood putting up all that money to make that happen and all the things that have happened in bodybuilding. It's like, I reckon the 2020 season was probably the craziest ever, and hopefully 2021, supersedes it, and there's less maybe drama and stuff, and there's less lockdowns and things like that, because it's just been a crazy sort of year. But would you go back to Kuwait, like with like depending?
Well, I was supposed to go back a few weeks ago, mate. I spoke to Badr. I was supposed to go back in January. Spoke to Badr regarding it, but then said Badr, said Nathan, stick by your gym. Which, he's a businessman, he understands. I said, I can't leave everyone to run the business. How can I leave my staff to run a business that it's not essential and shouldn't be open, but we're still open to run it by themselves? I can't do that. That's just me taking the piss then, mate, Yeah. So I said to Badr, the staff all agreed, look, Nathan, we're okay, we can deal with it. I was going to go to Kuwait last week, but then they locked the borders down for 2 weeks. So I can't go now, obviously, and the plan was to go basically mid-February, but now this has happened, so we have no idea what's going on. But the sooner I get there, the better. And there's no hassle about training. You can go into a gym, you can train, you can go home. It's legal. You're not getting arrested. You know.
A lot less stress, definitely. You're looking pretty good anyway, man. Like from what I've seen, the videos and stuff that I've seen go up, and you're looking like enormous still. So obviously, you're still, what you're doing there is still working.
We're getting heavier.
Sorry.
We're getting heavier, like.
So what's the plans for 2021? Like, do you have comps that you sort of have in your sight? Like, do you want to do the British Grand Prix? Do you want to maybe fly over to the US?
I'd probably just do probably the last qualifier for the Olympia, and then just go for the Olympia. That's the goal. Because obviously last year we couldn't get a visa because of coronavirus. We had all the paperwork in process, but then the embassy wouldn't allow us in the embassy because it was a national lockdown, which was absolutely bogus. Mr. Badder and the guys in Kuwait paid for everything for me. They funded the whole visa stuff, and we were dieting to go. We were ready to go, and then my country goes into a national lockdown 5 days before my appointment was due for the US embassy. So I don't know. Put this across to the Olympia, maybe get the special invites. Who knows? Because it was coronavirus. But the plan is to do the last qualifier and then go to the Olympia.
Yeah, awesome. Because man, I'd love to see you back on that Olympia stage. Cause it's been a minute, and like we missed out on seeing you at the Arnold Classic. We missed out on seeing you at Olympia. It's like I'm sure your fans want to see you back up on stage. Man, people are forgetting you've placed top 7 in Olympia. Like it's no joke,
Well, I hope the package you bring this time bigger and better, bro. I'm a lot heavier, more rounder now, more denser. So, I showed that last year when we got ready for the Arnold. It was a different package. So hopefully, we can unveil something different this year if we're allowed to get there.
I remember I interviewed you like before that Arnold Classic a few weeks, I think, and then not long afterwards, obviously everything that happened, you weren't allowed to go and everything. So you were saying that you were like a considerable amount heavier. Are you still going to be sort of that sort of weight coming into the next contests?
Yeah, roughly it was like 200. I think it was like 125 kilo last time, right?
Yeah.
I reckon this time I think this time we'll be slightly heavier. The improvements are being made, and then I know for fuck when I get to Kuwait and I'm less stressed and things go a lot smoother in life for me, I'll get even heavier. Right now I'm sitting 131, 133 kilo, which for me is reasonably heavy. I'm not pushing no foods. I'm not pushing anything too hard. Supplement wise, it's all mediocre. So, when I get to that stage where we need to push it, I feel we'll be a lot heavier,
Yeah. And for those who don't know the kilograms to pounds ratio, 125 kilos is 275 pounds. So that's definitely no joke. Like you were absolutely enormous. And we saw those photos. And I mean, like everyone talks about like the magic mirror in Kuwait. Like, does that annoy you when you put out a photo and you look insanely impressive and everyone's like, oh, magic mirror? Like,
no, mate, I don't mind it. It's a compliment, That's why I do a lot of the time. I pose in the other mirror as well by the sun because that mirror makes you look shit, And then everyone will say, "No, Nathan was fast," and then a week and a half later, mate, boom, I'm ready, So I don't mind it. Plus, it's fun, It brings a lot of controversy to the topic when you're doing a show, and people actually wonder how's he looking, how's he not looking, And if it's magic, then some people might think, oh, it's foot off the gas, and then it'll make them ease up, and then obviously you'll just come in and change things around.
Awesome, man. Well, I hope you do, man, in 2021, and there's no more like lockdowns. These all end hopefully soon. Is there an end date in sight for the lockdowns in the UK, or is it just like lockdown until they decide?
Until they decide. We've been told roughly gyms will open, sometime in May. So
that's a long time away.
Yeah, bro. Sometime in May. So, that's what March. That's 14 months with no business, no gym, no nothing. So we just gotta hope and keep screaming top of our voices. Hope these people in suits hear us.
Yeah. Well, like even the effect on the economy is hard to comprehend about how much of a hit UK is going to take because, like, I remember over here, man, we had one state locked down for 5 days. We just recently locked down for 5 days and gyms were closed and all that sort of stuff. And I remember them saying the like effect on the economy was hundreds of millions of dollars. And I'm like, that's over 5 days. Like, how is the UK going to bounce back after? It's going to be billions and billions and
billions. Well, then it's going to be billions, and it's going to be down to the likes of us to pay it back. So we got to pay it back when they're fucking it up. To me, I don't understand it all because if they say the coronavirus it's a 14-day isolation period, I understand that. If that's the case, then you put everyone away for 3 weeks, right? Because 2 weeks is 14 days. Then if someone catches that on the first week, it'll be 3 weeks, right? So after 3 weeks, it'll be gone, right? So, but now we're 14 months down the line. So what's going on, you know? And now in the UK, here's how stupid it is. They found a strain, and the strain was called the York strain, which is a place in England. They found it, and it was I don't know how it found its way around certain postcodes, so it knew where to travel. And then me being me, made a mockery out of saying, you know, fucking, when's the Scout strain? Like, because I'm from Liverpool, we say Scouters. When's the Scout strain going to become available? And no lie, bro. I was sitting there on the toilet, doing my morning routine, and then I got an alert saying they found a new strain in Liverpool. I'm like, you're taking the fucking piss. You know, how many strains do you want to find? The Liverpool strain, the York strain, Newcastle strain, the Glasgow strain. What the fuck? You know, it just literally, there's more to it to me, you know. It seems like a big bunch of corruption, but everyone has their own view on it, don't they? But if these coronaviruses know what part of the city to attack and what city to attack, then it's smart, isn't it?
Well, it's funny, man. But we got one case here, right? Like, it was our first community transmission case in 10 months in my state. So we went straight into lockdown. 4 hours later, we went into lockdown. All gyms closed, everything. It just said 5 days. And then he said, oh, at least 5 days the next day. But we had no more cases. So then 5 days later, it opened up. But now we've still got to wear masks and all that sort of stuff as well, still, for, I don't know why, because there's been no more cases. They said the highly contagious UK strain, and that's the one, but because basically, like, people go into hotel quarantine here when they come from overseas, which is very few people.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people that have lived in Australia and all that sort of stuff, or residents, they're able to come back from, you know, overseas or whatever, and they're letting a certain amount of people in, and then they're staying in these hotels, and it's just one of the security guards went and dropped medication off to someone, and he got it off one of the people in the hotel, and then but he apparently went around to like 50 places all over Perth within a couple of days before he found out, and no one else got it. And I'm like, how does that even work?
It's crazy, right? No, we call so you guys call the UK strain, right? We call the South African strain. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm sure Donald Trump called it the Chinese virus, and he was bashed for it and called racist and a scumbag and all that. Now we call it the South African virus, but yeah, our Prime Minister Boris Johnson is not seen as racist. You know, whether you're for pro-Trump or you're not pro-Trump, but to me, what the fuck's going on? You know what I mean?
That actually is a very good point, man. That's a very good point.
One person can say the Chinese virus. I'm half Chinese anyway, so it's racist to me. And then obviously I'm black, so South African. I'm like, you know, what the fuck, you know? So how's one person right, home with one person wrong? And they're changing the name to everything. I just think, just get it over and done with. They've made the money. They've had the you know, what they need out of it. Let us just go back to doing what we want to do.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, Nathan, I hope we get to see you on stage in 2021, because we haven't seen you on stage for a minute now, and you've been looking enormous. So it's almost like there's been so many bodybuilders have been kept off the stage. You know, Sean Roden through what he's going through. Phil Heath didn't compete for many years. Kai Green's not competing. You know, for whatever reasons, we've seen so many guys not be on the stage. So hopefully in 2021, we get to see a amazing Olympia lineup, because it sounds like it's going to be an amazing one, man. And I'd love to see you as part of that. So any final words or anyone you want to thank?
No, guys, just, if you know, everyone can be out there, just keep sharing the videos, because Instagram's taking down, and just be, you know, just bring to light on what's happening around the world, because the media don't want to show what's really happening. They want to put their narrative across, but you know, it's people like me, you, and everyone else, you know, who are down there and seeing it. You know, if we can just keep sharing each other's things, people post, be positive. I know everyone be healthy, stick by one another. That's it, man. Just be yourself.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, Nathan De Asha. That's Nathan De Asha, top 7 Olympia competitor, several-time pro contest winner. Hopefully we see him on stage in 2021. So for Xavier Wills and Nathan De Asha, we are